Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So, question today is, what is the absolute most important thing that you need to be doing when you start wholesaling? First, let me explain why I'm bringing this up. I got a call yesterday from a guy, nice guy. He says he's a wholesaler. After a few minutes, I realized never ever done a deal. Very common. I would prefer if he told me he's just starting out, but I understand. And he's basically giving me a buyer questionnaire. What are you looking for? This kind of thing. And so then I don't really give much information because it's very hard to be pinned down in New York. But right, our inventory is extremely diverse. Right, it's not like I can tell you I need a 3.2 built after 1980. I'm probably buying something that was built in the 1800s in a little while, and I bought something built in around 1900. So there's a tremendous diversity in our inventory, so it's hard to be pinned down. But then I start getting into it. I say, so what are you really doing, right? You're starting, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm building a buyer's list. Oh boy. So I said to him, you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but, and to quote the great Greg Helbeck, but you are performing mental masturbation, right? Feels good, but it's not what you should. There are a lot of things, and he starts asking about an attorney and all the typical stuff, contracts, attorney, funding, buyers, and I say to him what I say to everybody, and that is, all you should be doing is trying to get deals. That's the hard. Every time I drive by that golf course, I lose the connection. So all those things that people try to spend their time on when they start, that's getting funding, finding out which contract you need, which you don't even need in New York because the seller's attorney prepares it, getting buyers, all these things are bullshit. They're easy, right? And you want to do easy things when you start, but they are a complete and absolute waste of your time. The only thing you should be doing is talking to sellers and getting deals. And it's not easy. It's really hard, which is why everybody's not doing this. If you get a good deal, and I'm going to tell you, when you start, you may not know what a good deal is, but if you get a good deal under contract, or at least the seller agrees to it, and you can get the deal under contract, you will have no trouble finding a buyer, getting money for it, getting paperwork for it, all that other bullshit. All those things flow to good deals. The entire business is locking up or getting deals under contract at a significant discount so that you can make a profit. That's it. That's the whole business. And it's not easy. And there's simple steps to do it, right? Get a list or for PropStream or a listability and a list of people likely to sell, and then call them. Right? It's free. Everybody's got unlimited calling. Call them. Get a Google Voice number so they don't know your cell phone. Call them and say, hey, you're interested in selling. That's it. Find the people that you can delve into their motivation. Are they really serious? Or are they not really serious? Try and get a price from them. And then worst case, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you can bring it to somebody like me and I'll split the profits with you. Done that dozens and dozens of times. That's worst case. And I'll hold your hand and show you how the deal works so you'll know how it works. But that's worst case. Best case, you'll find a buyer for it. You'll find money for it easily, right? You could call 6 hard money lenders if you need to, or borrow $20,000 from your friend for the earnest money deposit, whatever the hell it is. There's a million different ways to get it done without using me. But if you want the easy button, I'm the easy button. You're just going to pay for it, right? I'm going to take half the profits on a wholesale deal now. And I'm going to take 60% if I have to close. But all those things are simple. They all flow to good deals. Everything. Everybody wants deals. Everybody. Every lender wants to lend on a good deal. Every buyer wants to buy a good deal. Every attorney wants to work a good deal. Those things are not hard. They're easy. And what we do is we spend our time on bullshit because we don't want to get that list and make those calls and have people tell us to F off and to drop dead, and we don't know what to say, and maybe I'm going to say the wrong thing, and I'm afraid I'm going to get a deal, and then what am I going to do with it? It's a standard crap I hear all the time, and it's ridiculous. You have to be spending your time on marketing to sellers, talking to sellers, getting deals under contract. That's it. That's the whole business. Every other part of the business is something that you can outsource, that you can find, that you can get easily. That's just the way it works, So I'm constantly talking to people, having the same conversation with them, that they're building a buyer's list. Now, when I first heard about this reverse wholesaling, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I'm going to go to find the buyers, ask them what they want, and they're going to tell me what they want, and I'm going to go get it for them. It sounds great, and it works amazing in Phoenix and Dallas and Vegas, where every house there was built after 1980, and you can get the same thing in most parts of Florida, where you can guess for a CBS concrete block structure, I need a 3-2 ranch at least, and I need it for under $100,000. That works. In New York, it doesn't work, because in New York we have a million different things. On one block you can have a $2 million house, on one block you have a $400,000 house. You need to know what's going on, and even guys that I've sold dozens of deals to, if I called them or somebody else called them today and said, what are you looking for? They would say, anything I can make money on, because it's just too, you don't want to limit yourself, right? Now, I can get some information from them if I push them, like, what do you not like? They'll tell me, I don't want a flood zone, I don't want South Shore, I don't want town of North Hempstead, whatever the hell they want, they don't want. But that's still not reverse wholesaling. That's just telling you what you should stay away from. So the important part of this business is talking to sell, is the hard part of the business, right? Talking to sellers, qualifying and disqualifying them, and seeing if you can, if they have a problem that you can solve by buying their property as an investor instead of going through the standard ways. Now, I also take listings, so I deal with, my definition of a lead is a little broader, right? If someone wants to sell, I consider a lead, because sometimes I convert them to listings, right? I have 3 listings going on right now. They're great. All these situations where people that thought they wanted me to buy it, and I went there and told them I shouldn't buy it because the house is in great shape and they were going to leave too much money on the table. Let me list it for you. And if we can't find anybody, then I'll buy it. But the truth is, I knew in every situation we're going to find buyers in 2 seconds. They all sold above asking in 2 days. So I'm fine taking listings. If you are not licensed and you don't want to take listings, I understand. Then you want to qualify people more, and you want to ask them, you want to try and get price, because if they want full price and you don't want to take a listing, then you're probably not going to monetize that lead. For me, I want to monetize as many leads as I can. I paid for the marketing, I did the work, so I want to, but that's a whole nother discussion. But the point is, if you're not talking to sellers, you are wasting your time. Okay, I had a woman come into my office and say, I've been a wholesaler for 2 years. I said, great. How many offers have you made? She said 2. I said, listen to me very carefully. It takes me 5 or 6 offers to get a deal. So you have 4 more years before you might get a deal, and you probably won't. So if you're doing anything other than talking to sellers, qualifying, disqualifying leads, making offers. Now, making offers may be hard in the beginning because you may not know what to offer. That's another reason why you might want to call somebody like me, and I'll tell you, listen, at this price, right? I just had somebody do me that. I said, if we can buy it for $310,000 or less, it's a deal, right? And I think we're going to get it, right? But he didn't know that, right? He didn't know. He thought maybe he could pay $360, and we couldn't, right? $360 was too tight. Wasn't a good deal, right? In general, I'm trying to buy properties cheap enough that I have the option to either wholesale it. If I have to close on it, I'll close on it and wholesale it, assuming it's not in terrible condition, or I can rehab it, right? If I'm buying something cheap enough that I think I can wholesale it, I can sleep easy at night, because if my buyer even flakes out on me, which has not happened a lot, but happens once in a while, I know I have other options for it. So that really is the most important thing. Talk to sellers, make offers. That is the whole business. Making offers is the number one measuring KPI, key performance indicator of my business. If I'm making offers, I know good things will happen eventually. I know that. I know it. Right? I don't track as much of my lagging indicators, which is deals and money, as much as I track making leads, appointments, and offers. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you are interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching I offer, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. What else? If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help my SEO, my search engine optimization. A lot more people have been seeing my videos, and that helps me a lot. What else? Oh, I post 5 times a week. I only posted 4. I may have to post again today. I need comments from you, questions. Give me anything. Doesn't have to be about the video you're watching. Could be on anything. And I'll be happy to answer. And if it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something I've covered before, I will send you a link to a video or videos on it. If something new, I'll do a new video on it. And those are really a lot of the material that I'm doing new videos on. People are asking me questions, and I really, really appreciate it. So please keep the comments coming, and thank you very, very much for watching.